We're up here at my training cabin getting ready for the Spartan Games. So free workout today for the next 5 days, and then I get to taper off.
This for the new Spartan Games?
Yeah, Spartan Race is really extremely unorganized company, so I think I've done more PR for them than they can do for themselves. They are having the Spartan Games season 2 in Big Bear starting the 18th. So
October or
yeah, 18th
November?
October.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Do you know how they chose people? I feel like we've talked to a shit ton of people who were like, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just in the dark as you are.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't even know if it's going to happen. It's one of those kind of things where I know it's happening, but at the same time, who knows?
Interesting.
So I've got it on my calendar, and I'm up here in the mountains training for it. But until the day shows up, like last time, especially because it was in the depth, really in the depths of COVID, I didn't know until I literally showed up on location that it was happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know who else have you heard who else is going? And I don't know if it's out there yet or whatever. I know a couple people have said they're going.
The best rumor that I have, and once again, I cannot confirm any of this as reality, that they're bringing the same 3 people that were on the podium last year to defend their podium positions this year, plus X amount of more people.
There's a lake right there, right? Isn't there Big Bear Lake?
There is a lake, but if I had to guess, I'm guessing we're going to swim, but it's probably not going to be as crazy as you think it is.
Well, I was wondering if they would throw in a triathlon or something like that.
It'd be interesting for sure. I don't know if it's going to be a triathlon though, just because one thing that I've been thinking about the whole time is just permits.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's true.
I don't think they put the time into getting permits, and I think getting permits for things like that are actually a lot more complicated than all of us can imagine.
Yeah, well, because I assume they need to get a permit to fly the drones and
Permit to fly the
stuff,
drones.
everything,
You have to have special people in the water. You have to have special permits for the water. You have to have a permit that's going to allow people to use the road to get to the water. So blah, 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 blah.
Oh, the logistics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Glad I'm not in charge of that.
No, but that's what I do all that stuff in my head is I take a piece of paper out and I look at things and I'm like, what's the cheapest and easiest way to get this thing possibly done? I even assumed that because they rented the mountain that I haven't really put a lot of flat running in, because I'm like, honestly, I don't think they're going to take the time to take permits out for flat roads. So they're going to keep us on the mountain. So I just switched all my training up to mountain running the past couple of weeks.
But OCR Stars is kind of your thing, and you guys did it last year and you're doing it again this year. For anyone who maybe missed the boat last year, I think, honestly, I don't think I heard of it until after it started. So I kind of missed the boat myself. What is it? How can people get involved? And kind of what's entailed there?
So OCR Stars came out last year because I was sitting there with my family on the 4th of July and they had just canceled one of the bigger Spartan races. I can't remember which one it was. And I found out that they were going to cancel North American Championships. And I also had just found out that they were canceling some of the events in Germany that I was going to do for Hyrox. And I was like, oh my God, I usually know this stuff before anybody else does. Not maybe the pros do. And I was like, if everybody's going to be out of something, then I'm losing my mind. There's going to be a lot of people who've lost their mind on this thing. So first of all, I thought about it from just this big hole. Nobody has anything to do. And I want the community to continue to be motivated. And I don't want our sport to kind of crumble and disappear just because of COVID. And our sport's based on participants. We have to keep participants involved and we have to keep sponsors involved. We have to keep them interested. Otherwise they're going to go to things that are better suited and more viable of an opportunity. And then I thought about people like VJ at the time, where that guy was young enough where if he missed 2 years of competing in sport, he likely would have to probably go and do something else with his life, because you can't just wait for a sport to maybe come back.
Mm-hmm.
I was I'm going to put a bunch of cash, I'm going to raise a bunch of money, and I'm going to get a bunch of cash for the pros to continue to earn money in this sport and keep them focused on it. I'm going to bring all the best sponsors in so that all the athletes continue to work with the best providers in this industry for whether it be gear, nutrition, whatever. and I'm going to bring in the best media teams. My buddy Nick, who's a great videographer, and I'm going to film the whole thing. I'm going to give people an opportunity to compete. I'm going to give people an opportunity to make money, and I'm going to give people an opportunity to watch and be entertained. And I basically ran it as a fundraiser. We gave away over $42,000 in cash. We gave away tens of thousands of dollars worth of product. We hired people that had been basically let go during COVID and gave them jobs. So we really brought the industry back together, at least as well as I could provide. And this year, I wasn't planning on doing it again because it killed me last year. It was so much work. It was like, I don't know. It was just like digging a hole to China, but like every 5 seconds, like for some reason, my compass leading me to China changed directions. It was very, very difficult logistically. And I didn't make any money off of it. Like I barely just skated by on it. And it wasn't my goal to make money. It was my goal to like create an awesome opportunity, but I realized it like killed me in the process. And I was like, what can I do this year that's going to completely blow everybody's minds? And I was like, that's it. I'm going to give away a car. I was like, nobody in the industry's ever given away a car. So I was like, I'm going to somehow find a way to get the money to give away a car and give away a Jeep. I always thought it would be so cool if in my career, I could have earned the opportunity to win myself a car, to go to all my favorite races, to go to all my favorite trailheads, put all my gear in it. And I was like, what's the best kind of car there is for that? And I've had 4 Jeeps now, so I'm going to give away a Jeep. We're giving away a Jeep Renegade. So, the whole thing, I'm not going to lie, has me on the edge of my seat every single day. I'm probably on 2 or 3 calls or podcasts like this every single day. And it's one of those kind of things where I understand like it's a ton of risk. I think my overhead for this season is $65,000. And that includes cash prizes, Jeep, staff, all logistics. And, for that, I need to have over 1,500 signups just to break even. And, a big part of that is basically communicating to the community. I'm like, understand that like if you are very passionate about this sport and believe in it so much, and you're somebody who loves doing this, like this is basically, I'm trying to carry the torch and continue this thing. So if you do believe in it, I hope you stand by my side in it and continue to compete. It's not a Spartan race. It's not an obstacle course race. It's a great test to get our community to come together and work out during a challenging time. And if we all come together and put all of our focus in on it and all of our energy on it, the whole world's going to take notice, and we're going to be able to continue to grow the sport in the right direction. So
before we let you go, I do want to make mention of some of your recent accomplishments with Hyrox, because you still have the singles record, right? I know you. Yeah. I guess in Germany you didn't end up walking away with the singles win, but you still have the record. And now recently you just got the doubles record, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the difference there between, I guess, the 2 records? Because I know. Is it a little bit different strategy wise for doubles? Because I'm still a little unfamiliar with how doubles works. It's you can do however much rest you need to, right? Or something like that.
On the fitness stations, you can split it up as much as possible. On the running, you have to do completely together. There's like no break. I think the only reason, there's definitely times that I've been like super focused on Hyrox, and there's times that I haven't been focused on Hyrox. This year, as I've been in quest of setting the 200 plus pound marathon record, I kind of let go of all the fitness that it really takes to put up a good time for Hyrox, at least like the best time in the world. And like I could see, like I started out this season by running a 58, and I kind of glided into that, and then all of a sudden my next race I ran a 61, which was my slowest time ever, and then all of a sudden I came to Leipzig, our world championships, and I ran an even worse time, 61 something. And I was just like, fuck this. And I got really upset with myself. And I basically just fasted and lost 10 pounds quickly in 2 weeks and did a ton of CrossFit workouts. And we just crushed the world record. And, for a person who would be competing in singles versus doubles, singles is very much like a very lactic acid muscle based stimulus. Like it's super, super pumpy. Like your arms are totally pumped for wall balls. Your legs are totally pumped for sleds. Your arms are totally pumped for sled pulls and lunges, or like your legs are totally messed up. For doubles, your everything's lighter and it's so much faster. It's never really getting into your muscles. It's just all lungs. So it's like you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, back to our run. We're at a 5:30 pace. Go, 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 go. So it really, like, at the end, I literally walked into the start line, and it wasn't a problem at all. And we probably could have taken another minute off. It's just, it was such a packed venue that we couldn't get through the crowds. But maybe it would have been a little bit more sore if we'd maxed out, but it really wasn't that bad at all. But there's never a time that I've finished singles without being just wrecked for days.